Bum, 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 bum. Welcome back to the Beanomi channel, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the most unreasonable game you've ever heard of. It's me, all reason. Welcome back. It's a pretty business. We're gonna get right back in there. Where we go inside today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I hope you're excited because it's another replay today, coming straight at your face. Another game, another day. We love to see him, we love to have him, and I love to remind you that I want to commentate on your replays. Leave them in the comments from the Beyond All Reason replay website. I'll head over there, download it, and give it a little analysis. Give it a little upload. Can't wait to see from you guys in the comments. Give me that. Give me that stuff. Let's see. Let's get ourselves straight into things. Playing a bit of the old deck. Let's see what goes wrong this game, or what goes right. It's time to remember for ourselves, what could we do better? So I've been just kind of working on my tech build a little bit, and we'll speed things up. Nothing too crazy gonna happen here. Oh, okay. First tick already coming through. Milky Way Frog going a very greedy build. Yes, sir. All right. The old 5OS on long front. I think, honestly, the more I play, the more I play Supreme Isthmus, the more I get the sense that a bad person on long front is more detrimental than like anything else. Literally, you have two options. It's make three mexes, make a lab, and pump grunts or pawns, or it's make three mexes, or it's make two mexes, make a lab, uh, do some pawns and or grunts. Look at this, two mexes to a tick. Yikes. And he continues to micro. Purple immediately has to go build a pawn, which, of course, you don't want a pawn chasing a tick around. Look at this. Yeah, red. Mr. 38OS here is good enough to micro this all the way home. One pawn ain't going to do it, and making a fighter is not going to do it either. He's so well set up to just make a shuriken and solve the problem immediately. But instead we choose fighter, not what you'd want to see as enemy air players, just getting to do eco. This is something you almost never see. Two cons as the first thing out of the air lab. Very interesting. It must feel great. I imagine it feels fantastic for Mr. Valzor right now, although he doesn't have an energy storage, so that'll probably bite him in the ass a little bit. As Dark Red continues to just dominate, thank goodness he doesn't get one of those mexes. Mataz still had to detach himself from his lab. No, Mataz did make an order, so it's pretty rude of JSF to have gone up to 5 wins and an energy storage. Going air, when people order, means that you have to skip most of this most of the time. The 3 wins is really not too much. 3 wins I'm happy with, but going for energy storage and 2 extra wins after that, just silly. He should just be pumping out his own stuff. Somebody asked me for ticks, so I made them. As no scout on Humbly, getting punished for no scout here. This is why you scout, by the way. This is the reason why Geo always asks for a scout. It's for these goons that are about to go decimate Dark Green. And or what I've been liking from the air position, just an abductor coming for your con bot. It's so savage. It's horrendous getting this con bot stolen, especially if they don't get the last mechs. It's so detrimental because then you have to walk another one. It takes forever. Just sucks. Especially if you can then snipe their transport. Feels really, really good. So, Dark Green, I unfortunately I made a mistake, handed off the con bot to the wrong person. My bad. It's such a weird game because I've made these ticks. I feel I must be really far behind, and I am. 26% already on this, and he's just walking his commander out. I'm going to get there pretty quickly with him, I think, in the end. But even just making those couple of ticks and handing off the con, which I don't think he had to do for his, yeah, he didn't have to do for his homie as well, makes the build for tech always just take longer, feel weirder. As, what can you do? What can you do? We have consumed the metal. Orange is doing it now. I mean, we're in some ways doing fine. In some ways, we're doing fine. I freak out because the goons come. This guy doesn't know what in the God's green earth he's doing. LLT, does that save him? LLT one shuriken? Looks like it'll be enough for 4 goons. 4 goons are really not very impressive, although still took out, look at that, still took out the con, 2 mexes. That's huge impact for 4 goons. And he just goes, okay, boom, now I'm off of that. Although he keeps the construction. Okay, see, I've kind of wanted to do hovercraft builds, and this makes sense. 4 goons into 3 cons. The problem is still that if you get scouted, it just sucks. It just sucks if you get scouted. You just, I guess if you get scouted, you have to go into dark blue and hope that dark blue doesn't. Dark blue is actually really weak still, by the way, to any further attacks here, as the worst thing possible happens, by the way. I don't think I just caught it on camera. Let's see. No, not yet. But as you can see, our air player is just getting mogged. Like, what on earth is this? What's the wind situation? 31 winds. Oh yeah, no winds to 14 winds. And JSF is now putting down his build power at long last. And this is the problem, right? We're 5 minutes into the game, and we have 0 fighters. Opponent has 8, and opponent could just start making bombers and come cruise over, just end our lives. It's very simple, the build that Volzor is doing, but he's just getting consistent scaling. He's got good BP out already, rather than JSF, who is finally getting it up. I just don't understand how these people are 23 OS. So my trans that I asked for immediately gets sniped. Let's see. So now Purple still has a trans that he asked for specifically. Mr. Geets is kind of getting leaked on as Pink is committing tier 1 tanks at him, and it's working, which is a really crazy thing. As more fighters come out, for some reason, rather than, I mean, and here I guess I just have to realize I need to just pump energy into this guy. I should have looked and been and said to myself, I was really frustrated here. This is one of these little efficiencies that we can try to make in our games that we watch these replays for, right? JSF just can't produce fighters. He's not begging for energy, which is stupid. He should be like, hey, could I get E? I need E. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to make fighters right now. I could make fighters if I had E to fix this problem that we're experiencing. But instead, he's just sitting here with his little with his little schmeat in his hand, pumping 800 energy per second into his lab while he's producing 200. You know, it's not not very constructive, and this just holds his scaling back disastrously badly, as Volzor just continues to very smoothly scale up, just making some wins, getting punished because wind's at 1.6, but that means that JSF is even worse off. How are we doing? We're finally starting to get some stuff up, but look at this. Already got, look at this. The one silly little pink tank took out 2 of these. Oh god, D&DO is just in the pond making titles. Sometimes games are just hard. Just making titles like this, I guess you're kind of the battery player, right? But you're not batterying anybody. He didn't battery JSF when it mattered. He just didn't battery anybody. So I don't know how you can call yourself the battery player. We've got 3 cons here. None of them find it relevant to go maybe reproduce, you know, double our metal per second, maybe. Oh heavens. Okay, yeah. Great, dude. I need to convert. That's what I'm on this earth for. Need to convert, and I need to send up my 3 maces so they can die to these pawns. That's my pawn player right now. No thought, head empty over here. I don't know why I'm giving him a tier 2. I should have just made a fat boy with this medal. Could have been much closer to that fat boy, which, if I was getting that fat boy out, in 10 seconds, that might make a difference. Although, of course, JSF says can't do shit because he's such a cool guy. He doesn't want to make a transport. Why would he do that? Why would he make transes for his tech player trying to get a fat boy to the front? Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Censor for YouTube. Censor for YouTube. All right, there we go. Got a little mad. Hope you didn't see that one. And Dark Red just continues to dominate. It'd be really nice. It would be really freaking nice if this was in the air, moving over here, moving up there, doing anything. But instead, I'm just being forced to, hold my schmeat. Today, I get to hold my schmeat as JSF just sits here, just gives no 0 Fs. Way to go, bro. You're gaming. You're gaming. I mean, look how far this fat boy walks before this trans is able to reach it. It's 30 speed versus what is this? 100 speed. It's just ridiculous the difference, right? And now I have, if I could have gotten it up here first, then we could have like killed more of Dark Red's stuff. Oh man, and we just concede here, huh? This is kind of depressing actually. But Geeds, I don't think wanted to play anymore. I think Geeds left, our dark blue guy. So it's kind of pointless to keep playing after that. And honestly, Dark Red was sitting up here better scaled than me. Yep. Yep, Dark Red just super duper hard won the game. Let's go look at that here. As we can see, Dark Red just had the most resources for literally the entire game. Orange, I think, had a little tier 2 bump there. But we did our best. We did our best. We were doing, we were kind of keeping up a little bit. We flatlined absolutely at towards this end game, but what can you do about that? What in the world? I don't want to look at the change log. I want to look at this stats. So purple, our Geo player, did the best on our team. That makes sense. I did still try to get him in the tier 2 as quickly as I could, even though it was delayed because didn't have trans. It's so crazy. It really is so crazy that the enemy air player just made some fighters, flew them at us, and we just didn't have fighters or eco on our air player, and he just fell over and died. And so all of the transes were dead. I couldn't move the tier 2 around to get any good value out of that. It's so crazy. And 20,000 metal is all that made the difference this game. Looks like looks like we were even losing the C's, although maybe that's not quite accurate. However, it just looks horrendous. We lost. Look at this. We lost 4x, I believe, 4x the units compared to red team. That's hilarious. We lost. I had 0 damage, 0% damage efficiency, did 0 damage this game. Dark Blue really tried his best with that 40k number. Even Milky Way Frog was fighting up there. However, it just didn't come through. Maticus didn't get enough time to have much impact, and in the meanwhile, Mr. Prime did 80,000 damage. Literally double blues. It's just disgusting. It's just disgusting the things you can do with just a simple little setup like this. Look at this, pushing the gauntlet as far as humanly possible forward and just going from there. This seems to be a very common way to micro a lab these days, by the way. I kind of dig this. He just has it set on move forward and then patrol so that your units gather up and you into a ball instead of accidentally, just getting microed in or accidentally dying somewhere else. You know what I'm saying. I think it's really nice to have this as a big clump so that when you go, I need reinforcements, you have a big clump to run at the enemy rather than say 3, 4, 5 guys at a time. It's really not that effective when you're just running those small groups. So I like this a lot. This is a little thing that I haven't actively thought about, and seeing it really makes me go, this seems very powerful. I like this. So I think we'll try and implement that next time we play. Well, GG to the red team. We just kind of collapsed on all fronts. We got super leaked early from our bad long front player. Our pond player had no input into the game, just made titles. And it would have been very, very interesting, right, if he just gave those titles off. In one of my recent games, I was playing front in Geeds' position, and I just got 4 extra titles, and it was so easy to carry the game with 4 extra titles. It was actually ridiculous how easy it was to carry the game with 4 extra titles on front. So very unfortunate to see. The goon attack decimated us. Humblebee never even deconstructed this lab. He's just going the tier 1.5 unit here, the halberd. I guess this is just what he's doing this for at the end of the day. I wonder if it's better to go those 4 goons or 1 Cayman. Maybe you can squeeze 2 Caymans out of your butt cheeks before it becomes bad with the construction hovercraft. However, the energy cost is extreme. You really need good wind when you're doing this kind of stuff, because this is an extreme energy cost on these units. So I guess that's probably why you go the goons instead of the Caymans. But then maybe we can't investigate. I was thinking about investigating versus like Armada. Anyway, rambling on for long enough. It's been a fantastic video. Sometimes you just get run over like this. Everything just kind of goes wrong and the game is over. That's how it is. Sometimes you do it to opponents. Sometimes it happens to you. GG, folks. Move on to the next one. See you there. Bye for now.